Good evening. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Diversity Comics. Just because you don't like it, it doesn't mean we won't vomit it all over you. Greetings and welcome once again to Roman of the Empire. It's just exhausting. I mean, all of it, really. So tonight we are delving into the shark-infested waters of modern pop culture. There are a lot of things to talk about this week. I thought it was going to be kind of quiet. I'm looking at my list and I'm like, and as I'm setting it up, I'm like, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. And then I'm like, and so it became a veritable cornucopia of peculiar and odd stories. While I search for things to enjoy out there, they keep bombarding me with things that I won't. But who knows? Who knows? Everybody has different tastes. I don't like The Fifth Element, as everyone knows. So with me, as always, he is my co-host, my wingman, the man who keeps me from burning the world. He is Shield Wall of Dragons. Welcome, my brother. What is happening tonight?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Yeah, I don't know if I really keep you from burning the world down.
Well, I mean, it's
there's some places out there that could probably use it.
I supply the gasoline.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
that's Joker.
We're gonna have another good show tonight. Excuse me, with going over some articles and stuff, and just the background there with Hollywood burning is appropriate.
Oh, I think so, my friend. I think so.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks for having me on. This is gonna be great.
He is my favorite internet wizard. He goes from here to there. He disappears when he wishes. He appears when it's convenient and he's had something to drink. He is Blair de Blair. Welcome to the show, my friend.
Hello. I'm here on the range, as you can see. I'm glad to see you join Pride Month, Roman. That's very nice.
Well, I think it's important. I think it's important because I require sponsorship. And really, I'm open to anything. You know, I was in the Navy for a long time, did that brief stint in prison, so I'm good. I'm joking. I'm joking. I just find it amazing that literally in the United States, pretty much centric, they do this. Nowhere else do you see these companies have these, the rainbow banner.
It's insane.
Because other countries were like,
no.
And again, and people will say, well, I'm not Christian. Why don't we get rid of Christmas? It's not really a comparative thing. It's not an apples for apples statement. So when you say things like that, you sound. I'm gonna use nice words. I'm gonna say goofy instead of the R word because I want to use the R word, but I won't because YouTube. So. Those are my thoughts on that topic. She is not just Nomi. She is Nomi the Only, the bright shining star from Texas. How are you tonight?
I'm doing fantastic. I had a couple of slices of pizza before hopping on this stream, and I'm ready to go.
Excellent. So it's good. So you get your carbs in.
Pineapple.
Carbs are important before this stream because it can be a bit much. And then you get worn down and then you need to take a nap and you're only 15 minutes in. It's like, oh my God, what am I doing here? How did this happen? I know. Sorry, Joker. Okay. I'm already derailed. That's thank you for that. And Zach, thanks for being here. We'll go through the folks who have shown up this week in just a second. But first, I have to talk about the Scourge of Gotham. The nemesis of the Dark Knight, the man who always leaves a smile on your face. Welcome once again, Joker voice. How are you tonight, sir?
Oh, if I were any more amazing, I would be illegal. I just love the fact we live in a country where those who have served this country through preserving freedoms get a day, and it's now pandering month.
We don't get a month?
You get a day.
We don't get. Wait. Do we get 4 days?
No.
Wait, no, just
Memorial Day.
No.
Memorial. What about
Well, we
Veterans
actually,
Day?
well, Memorial.
Veterans, okay,
So
we get two
technically, all right. So this
Half
is
a year
for-
apart.
Not everybody gets this stuff. So Memorial Day is for
Those who
those
have
who died,
fallen.
those
Right.
who didn't make it back from the mission.
Correct.
Now in Europe, they still do essentially it's like an Armistice Day thing where it's all kind of a combined day, which honestly I think would maybe a better thing, but what I think doesn't matter to anyone. You have Armed Forces Day, which no one even bothers to think about. And that's for the people who are actually serving right now. But that's like a blip. That's like, hey, well, hey, Armed Services Day, great, cool. You don't even get a thing at Denny's for that one. And then there's Veterans Day, which is for the elderly folks like myself, which is, who have served or still around. Actually, everyone, I need to stop the show briefly. We have a guest appearance right now. I'm going to blow up my screen for a second. Please don't take offense. Jacob Ironside, you're going to get your entrance. But before I do that, I have to welcome to the show Pippin of the Empire.
Oh my gosh! I can't. This is
You show me.
The puppy.
Oh, the puppy.
So here we have Pippin. Pippin, this is the stuff. Please don't eat
Hi,
my stuff.
puppy. Hi,
this is the
puppy.
best guest ever.
So
Puppy.
Pippin is doing really well, settling in here at the Empire.
He wants to play with your toys.
He
your,
may eat
figures.
my mic.
Oh, eat your
I have
puppy.
not seen him. I have not seen him carrying around any action figures yet, though he has expressed the desire to. But right now, you want to eat my keyboard?
Oh, let him eat your keyboard.
So
The puppy.
He wants to eat everything.
Is that a hyena?
I'm sorry, Pippin made me cough. Pippin brought in all the pollen with him.
Oh, the puppy
All of
allergies.
the Empire. So, all right, Pip. So that's you. Do you see you?
Oh.
Touch the keyboard. Don't touch the oh no, he touched the keyboard. Pippin did that. Pippin brought us out of full screen mode.
He is ready to run this show.
Well
That's
done,
right.
buddy.
You're
up.
fired, Sheer Wall. Look at your new replacement.
Ooh,
All right,
cute.
so
It's all right. We're
Oh.
about the same intelligence
thank
level.
you, buddy. All right. Thank you, Mrs.
Dragons are more
Blair,
fun.
for
They
picking
cause
up
more
Pippin
damage.
for his cameo.
I might be slightly cuter than him, though.
So there's Pippin. Little hairy fella. Pardon me. I wasn't even kidding with that, though. He is the master of memes. He is the man who makes me look silly every chance he gets. He is Jacob Ironside. Welcome back to the show, my friend. It's good to have you.
Good to be here. Thanks for inviting me back. Now, I could be the Ironside or the raccoon that plagues the internet connection.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens. If Jacob drops out suddenly, it's not because Jacob just decided to drop out. It's because the raccoons are eating his cables once again.
Really?
It happens. I mean, it's one of those things. It's just one of those things. Hey, so let me run through the group tonight who we got out here with us, hanging out. Invader Zim, it is always fantastic to see you.
Zim.
Melvin Deeply, thank you
Hey,
for
Melvin.
dropping by,
Melvin.
my friend. Zax, always good to see you, buddy. Roman
Nice.
knows what he's doing. He's using the old puppy trick to get the ladies attracted. No.
I mean,
Oh.
Did it work, Nomi?
yeah, it worked. You bring a puppy, and all the girls are just gonna flood you.
Note
to self.
no, dude. Everybody, write this down for you younger folk. Our good friend, the man who knows all the things about all the things, the Thad shouldn't be. Matt is with us tonight.
Subtle deviancy.
And this is subtle. Subtle. I love subtle. Subtle is so.
Subtly deviant.
Well, no, he's actually overtly deviant. It's not very
Yes.
subtle. It's you're overtly deviant. Melvin. Oh, and Mags got to see the puppy. So yeah,
Mags.
I got to see the puppy.
Hey, Mags.
Wookie Be Bad is in the house too.
Yep.
Oh, Spartan
Wookie.
Flash. Sentry is here. Thank you for joining us. Who did I fly by somebody?
The Wookiee.
Oh, Wookie Be Bad. Yes, Wookie Be Bad. Angry Canadian, who is not with us at the moment because Angry Canadian had stuff to do. So, I'm going to start with. Pardon me, I'm still dying. You'll have to forgive me for that. The alcohol helps, but
I'm sorry, what?
I'm telling you,
not
gotta
as
go
much
to
as
bed.
that helps.
It's probably parvo.
That's not fucking funny.
That was hilarious. What are you talking about?
So I'm actually going to start with my second thing on the list, which is attached to the first. I want to talk about box office and what could be happening.
It's crazy. I don't care about this thing.
Well, Ye Little Mermaid,
This
though, because
movie made so much money, guys.
But
Sure.
the thing is, it didn't. It wasn't like
No.
I know people went, but it wasn't like a wild, crazy what? It's not actually vodka, but it is a skinny girl drink because that's what was in the fridge. I ran out of
Oh, that's so cute.
It's a little bit sad. Not gonna lie.
He's actually watching his calories.
That's like
Well, we go back to
yes, salud.
and you understand what's happening. Right? So the box office numbers for Little Mermaid are not amazing. They're okay, but Odin. This article is based on Odin's numbers, and Odin knows what he's talking about. Odin is a good numbers guy. Talking about it made 22.1 million for on Memorial Day, and then for the whole weekend, 117. All right, that's not terrible.
That's horrible. That's a 4-day weekend. That is awful.
Actually, it started on Wednesday for IMAX,
Yeah.
so that's even worse.
So
they
worse.
started the day early.
And so there were showings on Wednesday that got rolled into Thursday, which rolled into Friday. So this is actually a 5-day total there.
Yeah, that's Memorial Day weekend. This is the big kickoff, and this is the Little Mermaid. You think everybody would have taken their kids to this, and most people are kind of like, no.
And it's worse overseas.
Way worse. I think we made domestic was about double international.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Bad.
So let's remember that 750 million to break even.
Yeah.
That's a big number for a movie that is having those numbers right now.
Its production budget is what?
250.
Okay, okay. So that's at least a $400 million price tag.
Mm-hmm.
That's at least that's around 800 million to break even.
So it's a lot of money, and the movie's not pulling the numbers right now. I mean, when you get down to the brass tacks.
Right.
And I'm not going to spend tons of time on this movie because I myself literally don't give a fuck about it.
Well, here's the thing, because Disney is so focused on this film making the money. The one thing they have doing, which is actually right about at the break even point now. In less than a month, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. That thing is holding on and holding on and holding on.
It's got good legs on that one.
It's got it's got decent legs. I did a video on this on the Wednesday, and it's got better legs than Doctor Strange, Thor, Wakanda, and I mean the only thing that held this back is Marvel being such a shit show that it had a bad opening.
Right.
I
think the word of mouth really helped it because
absolutely
help me. All right.
Yeah, I had no interest in really. I was on the fence.
I did not give a fuck about the Little Mermaid.
No, I'm talking about Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Oh,
and then there were a lot of reviews that said it was good and people were saying it's
Yeah.
okay, so I went and saw it. But Little Mermaid is gonna, unless it gets the same effect, it is gonna tank.
No.
And it's not. People are
Yeah.
panning it. People are,
Right.
coming out. You know,
Has anybody on this panel? And I have to ask the question: has anybody actually seen this movie? Because I have not. Nor
No.
no.
Nobody I know even wants
Yeah.
to see it.
So
Plus,
we
at
got
2.5 hours long, there's
That's
not going
a
to be a lot of
long-
rewatchability
Yeah.
on this.
Okay,
there,
now
there
that-
are Mrs. CannoliSasquatch.
Yes.
Go to her channel, check her out. She did a review on this, and she's a big Disney fan, a big Little Mermaid fan.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And why don't you go see what she had to say about this? Because it wasn't good.
I did cut a clip for this movie, if you want to see that.
Oh
Sure.
yeah. Please. Oh God.
Wait,
See,
does it
I'm
have
already
any
worried,
samurai
Jacob.
in it? If it
Yeah,
has
and this
Japanese
isn't anything
samurai
from
in it,
Japan, is it?
yeah, you
Because I
can't
always
play
get
it.
get struck for those.
No samurai.
All right, no samurai. All right, so we're putting ourselves in God and Jacob's hands at this moment.
I mean, that actually looks like it's underwater.
Is there-
That's a good.
Is there sound?
No.
Oh,
It's muted.
okay.
Sorry.
Take it back.
There we go.
What's that, the Jaws theme?
That would
Okay.
be funny. Well,
Oh,
So
I've
Nope.
got no audio for you, Jacob.
you share the audio too?
What
The
now?
shares.
Darn it. Sorry. Let me try it again.
okay. Let me add some.
See, it's not just you, Roman. I mess up too.
Let me
And
add.
you're a young man,
Let me add something here
full of life and
Oh.
energy. All those things are gone from me.
about the runtime. That
Mm.
that 2.5 hours,
Mhm.
where the original was like just under 100.
Right. Wolf.
Well, so there's a reason for that, because once this goes to streaming, that 2.5 hour runtime, so that's about 150 minutes ish,
Mhm.
Yeah.
almost around there. Well, that gets ranked on Nielsen ratings.
I've heard that too. That's why they're padding these movies.
Yes,
Really?
Yes.
Seriously,
For,
that's what
stream-
they're padding. They're
Yeah.
padding the time.
That is insane.
Oh, that is some bullshit.
Like that's
True
going
story.
to help at all, you know?
It helps in that initial release, because most folks will be like, okay, how bad was this really? And they're counting on you to watch the whole thing. So just those the minutes just cranking up and cranking up and cranking up. So then they can say, hey, look, it was the #1 streamer.
Yep, Disney padding its bra before
God.
the date.
That is
God
terrible.
knows nobody's going to go back to the theater and rewatch this with kids.
No.
Like, like a 90-minute or even 100-minute movie, you can come back 2-3 times in the summer. That's why you get the big blockbuster from the repeat business. People are going to be like one and done on this.
What they should do, what Disney should do with Guardians is not drop it on the Disney Plus right away.
Oh, right.
Mhm.
Keep it in theaters.
No, just
slog
let it ride.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
let it ride for about 100 days,
yeah.
Mhm.
and
We
then
also have here.
and then don't drop it on Disney Plus for like another 3 months, because then you got.
They can't help themselves, Joker. You know that.
Somebody did that. Somebody withheld going to Disney Plus for a while, just so they could get some
what you
Blu-ray
then do-
sales and.
But what you do is then people will want to see it. They have to buy physical media then.
Or they do like a video on demand, like Amazon. You can rent it for a couple weeks before it goes behind the firewall.
Or God forbid, talk to Netflix again and give it a 10-month exclusivity there, for hundreds of millions of dollars.
So
Really
we got new
shot
movies
themselves.
this week. Were Little Mermaid, which people have heard of for good and bad reasons. The Machine, which I thought looked kind of funny. It's about like a Russian hitman brought out of retirement. It looks mildly amusing. About My Father, which has Robert De Niro, who shouldn't be doing anything at this point in his life.
Yeah.
He's doing something. He just had a kid.
Yeah, I know. I wish he would stop doing that.
Is Al Pacino having a kid too?
Al Pacino,
Al Pacino, yeah.
God, stop it.
Like 28.
Why does this happen?
Well, I guess they're old enough.
Which has Gerard Butler in it. It doesn't look fantastic. It looks like it's mildly amusing, though. You Hurt My Feelings, which I don't know what that is. And apparently neither does anyone else, because it only made like $1,300 this week, which is pretty bad. That's like a yard sale. That's like a movie that had a yard sale.
Like a really big, like a good yard sale.
Really, or is that 130? Oh, I'm sorry, that's 100. No, what is that?
That's 1.3 million.
Oh, okay. I'm God.
Still not that great.
Well, that's a really good.
I've never learned to read. It didn't make very much fucking money though. And then we just go down the thing, and nothing made a ton of money. Everything just drops down, and you're actually in the thousands.
When is the Transformer movies coming out?
The which one?
Transformers, the new Transformers movie.
I don't know.
That's pretty soon.
Well, yeah, we got Into the Spider-Verse tomorrow, so
Into the Fire, yeah, that is a thing that we are going to talk about tonight too.
That's going to steal the Little Mermaid.
I DM'd you that clip, Roman.
Did I just kill my entire freaking thing? I hate me so much.
No.
I don't even know how I function in life. It's fine. Everything's fine.
On the upside, you're raising a puppy.
Mother of God. I just don't know how I do it every time. So you sent me a DM for the thing, Jacob?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see if I can get that to work. Let me bring this back up so I can.
Yeah, so you got the Spider-Verse, Transformers.
No, it didn't.
I just can't wait to see the drop off on this for next week.
Oh God. No.
All right, I'm having a mild technical difficulty.
Because it used to be,
please bear with me.
You made just enough money domestic to pay for your movie, and then you made all your profit overseas. Well, this one, nobody's watching it anywhere but America.
Well, it didn't used to do. Well, it wasn't even that. The Valiant Renegade and Tom Connors had a really good thing, where initially you were hoping just to break even at the box office, because then for about a year you had the retail sales.
Yeah, the secondary market stuff.
And then you had that third market of like HBO, Cinemax, Stars, and then TNT.
Yeah, and that's the stuff that we basically grew up with that market.
Yeah.
That's what we grew up with.
So a film actually had like a 3-year lifespan to make profit.
Right.
Whereas now it's
also, I mean, theater times also used to run a lot longer.
Yeah.
Movies used to be in the theater for the summer.
Oh yeah.
If it got there early in the summer, it was there for the summer.
Yeah.
And now we don't have things like that. So here's Jacob's clip with sound, I hope. We'll see how this goes. Remember, I'm a disaster. So let me know if you can hear it or not.
Yep.
Oh, I'm hurt. Oh, my neck, my back, my neck and my back.
Jacob. Honey, Jacob. That's funny.
You continue.
How much is her hair weight?
I think I read
like that too.
She did an interview where she talked about how much that really hurt. It hurt her. It hurt her neck doing that.
Yeah.
Not like incapacitating her, but it wasn't pleasant.
And Jacob, you pretend to be the mild-mannered man. You are just one puppy, just like the rest of us. And I applaud you, sir.
You're welcome.
Good one, Jacob.
Those raccoons are being a negative influence on him.
He's got the
You should try hyenas.
Oh God. All right, so
God, Sim. Jesus.
I know.
Wow.
That's what threw me. I'm like, oh no. So across the Spider-Verse.
Quickly change subject.
Run, everybody was close. Damn you, close. Oh, come on, man.
Refresh the page.
It looks like you're going to need to buy a new kitchen.
I have to buy a kitchen to get this thing to go off my screen.
I would refresh the. Oh, there you go.
There we go.
Oh God.
So there's like a whole bunch.
100.
I'm going to admit I'm curious about this movie.
100 named characters.
I watched the first one. I didn't mind it, and
it was okay.
I have to throw in the caveat. I also am not a big Spider-Man fan.
Well, this is Miles Morales, not Spider-Man.
Well,
right.
no, I granted, but there are many. Fuck off! I already told you no. Ah!
That's what you get for talking about home repair work in front of your buddy.
I know, that's right. On mic, that's what I get. There are a lot of Spider-Men in this, though. Granted, Miles Morales is Miles Morales, and I accept that. But they've got like a ton of other. I like this guy with the sombrero out here. I find him. I don't know what he is. I think
they got Spider Ham. They got Peter Parker,
Spider-Man.
Yeah,
no one's going to say anything about that guy. It's going to be totally fine. There's going to be no backlash from that whatsoever.
At least Mikey now can say that there's brown representation in the Spider.
Sure.
I finally feel seen.
You've waited your whole life for this, Naomi.
Are there any handicapped Spider-Man?
Yeah, go back there. Are they wheelchair people?
I don't know what a lot of these things are, though. There's like a lot of weird shit out here.
Yeah.
Well, the one with the bag over their head. That's cute.
Well,
there's Spider-Gwen. I mean, that's fine.
So when it says
I am interested in seeing
a Spider-Man in a wheelchair with 8 wheels.
Yeah,
it says that there's 100 named characters.
Jacob.
Are they all new? Like they gotta be.
No. A lot of them like this. This is
the moment.
Well, I know that. Yeah, right. I know that there are a lot of them, but are there literally 100 in the comics that you could go through?
No, I doubt that very much. I think a lot of this stuff is made up for.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of it is just made for this movie,
right?
Like that sombrero guy. Is there really a
like
sombrero in the comics?
Not that I know of.
He's the fastest Spider-Man in the world.
You're not wrong. No, I don't think he's a real. Yeah, I don't think he's a real Spider-Man in a universe, because if he was, I definitely would have heard about it being a representation in Mexican culture.
Yeah,
and
in the background there's a guy with a cowboy hat on too.
Yeah,
that guy way back here.
Oh yeah, a bandit.
Yeah. Wait, we got. What is that? Is that a Chinese?
Another.
Yeah,
that's the wizard hat too.
That's the rice party worker.
Yep,
that's what
the fuck? Get off the screen. All right, so we're blowing this up a little bit so we can look at some of
the sombrero.
We got a cyborg Spider-Man.
It looks like you got Spider-Woman back there.
Wait a minute, Blair de Blair, are you a Spider-Man?
I guess.
I see something over here that leads me to believe
Gandalf Spider-Man.
Right. Lord of the Rings Spider-Man.
Yeah.
What is this? Okay. Wait a minute. Wait. What in the flying? Oh, I loses. Right here, right above Mexican Spider-Man. What is that?
I have no idea. But
what's the one with the paper bag on his head?
He's
the unknown Spider-Man.
That is the unknown Spider-Man. Yes.
Okay.
So this is, but my question is this: I'm like, okay, you got Miles, you got Peter, you got Gwen, and in the last room you had Spider-Man Noir, you had Spider-Ham.
He's coming back.
Okay, but where's Spider-Woman? Where's Silk? Where's Venom? I mean, you have other Spider people, and you don't need to do all of this.
Maybe they're behind him.
They are.
Like they're behind his head, just standing in the middle.
Maybe.
I mean, I think it might be a cool concept to have this many, but
so the poster for this for China, he's still got his mask on.
Of course he will. Yes. I mean, and really from right here, you have got Peter Parker, you got Ultimate Spider-Man, you got Miles, and you got Gwen. Other than that, who gives a fuck about the rest of these?
Well, that's just it.
I like this guy. I like Spider-Man, the future Spider-Man.
And do they have to be named?
No.
Unless the movie's 8 hours long, they're all going to have about a 5-second
in the background, but you don't need to name them.
Not all of these characters are going to be in this. They said in the article. Let me back out a little bit now.
Copa.
Yeah,
where's Confederate Spider-Man?
Not fucking funny, Copa. It's just not funny. It's things like that. They're going to get me sent to jail. So.
Again,
I shrink it down.
Don't forget to put again in there.
So they're saying it's like 100 named characters, but there are like 240 spider peoples out there. All right, that's fine. I think it's interesting. I mean, I know I'm probably in the minority here. I think it will probably be fun to watch, even if it's terrible. There are a lot of movies that are fun to watch, even if they're terrible.
Here's the problem with this film. The animation is a lot darker in this film, and that's because they hide a few things here and there.
No, I have seen some of that stuff creeping out too, Joker.
Which unless you're looking for it, it's gonna go right past you, but it's still gonna register in your brain because there's a very small patch on Miles's backpack that says BLM, and then there's one where there's a poster above of his door in shadow that said trans rights now or trans kids
or protect trans kids.
Right.
Yeah.
How about protect kids?
Wow.
Right.
True. Yeah, so the messaging is there.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's not in your face blatant or, not shoved down your throat, it's still going to be there. We'll see. I don't know. If it's so dark,
and
it's kind of like,
Why? What are you guys doing?
Skittles. Have you seen the new Skittles bags?
They're like, no. God damn it.
Aren't they all white?
No, they're the rainbow flag. Representation Skittles.
No.
Well, didn't they?
Wait, they were. The
Skittles always that?
Yeah, there was the rainbow.
It's the rainbow. That was
Yeah, but they've upped it. I mean, they're LGBT and all that.
Of course they would.
It's a fun month. It's very colorful. Sony plans more Spider-Man films. This is from our friends over at Dark Horizons.
I bet they have.
Oh,
after the last one made $1.5 billion.
Yeah, I mean they
that was 1.9.
Oh yeah.
And I liked. Not everyone liked No Way Home. I enjoyed No Way Home. I thought it was a very fun movie.
I liked it. It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
So Kraven the Hunter is supposed to be on its way out. Third Spider-Verse next year.
Vegetarian. Kraven the Hunter.
Oh yes, which is going to be fucking terrible. By the way, wait. Oh, is it all gone? Is that it? Is that the whole story? I guess. So that they did say in here about. So, asked if a potential live-action Miles Morales or a spin-off film focused on Spider-Woman will be coming, Pascal, not Pedro but Amy, said straight up, "You'll see all of it. It's all happening." And added with Spider-Woman in particular will be sooner than expected.
Okay, why are
you? The Spider-Woman the one with the deaf Spider-Woman?
No. Spider-Woman? No. I think that's Silk.
I think you're right.
Wasn't there like Black Widow or something in the Spider-Man universe? She was like a blind. She's like kind of an oracle kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Madam Web.
Yes, Madam Web. That was it.
Look at
Okay. Why go to these? Why go to these characters?
You know why?
Invaders.
No.
Is that rhetorical? I don't understand the question.
Okay, because if you want to do the representation, and the girl power one, Spider-Woman is not a draw. Spider-Gwen, she is a popular character. That is one that you could actually build you could actually build a 3-part film series around her. Why waste your time with all these nobodies?
You're asking questions I can't answer here, Joker. Nomi, I got nothing because I'm not a Spider-Man fan. I like Spider-Man in the broader context of he's in the Marvel universe and a couple of the things, but as far as like the comics go, I was never a Spider-Man guy. It just wasn't my bag, baby. Quite honestly, I'm more of a DC dude. You probably all know that, even though I'm wearing a Marvel shirt because I'm a fucking weirdo, and that's fine. But as far as who would be the best non-Peter Parker character, Venom and
Spider-Gwen.
Nobody wants to see
I don't really care about them either.
People want to see the characters they know in the movie.
Right.
They don't care about all these other characters that nobody knows the name of or
variations of
Nas. Now we're talking. Mm-hmm.
It could be a good opportunity if they squirrel.
Have you ever eaten squirrel, Nas?
But Roman has a good opportunity to introduce a new character,
right?
But not hundreds of them.
Yeah.
They could make a brand new character that
discuss for a sec. I'll be right back.
That it's got a good plot through line, is interesting, and that it could be original if they wanted it to.
Right.
I mean, it's a spider person variant, but they can do anything they want with it. But they're not going to do that. They're just going to try to cram a bunch of stuff in there, I think. I don't know. We'll see. I didn't really. I thought the original movie was okay.
It was okay.
Yeah, it wasn't the best thing I ever saw. What do you think, Nomi? Well, I ask you a question while you're drinking. I was looking at chat and I asked you that question and I looked over the screen and saw you had a straw and I was like, whoops.
Bad timing.
No, but yeah. What do you think about the movie?
I'm interested to see it. It is a little off-putting to see protect trans kids flags and the little BLM. I think it's just a political statement type of movie. Like, yeah, we just want to be seen. I'll see it for the theatrics. I'll see if it follows the stories of the universe, but I'm not expecting much on this because I just know it's just something to show the people that 1% of what they identify with or what they represent, what they stand for. It's nothing really important to me.
So my question is this: even though this is a Sony project, is this going to suffer from Marvel fatigue?
Ooh.
Well, that's a good question.
I think so, because was it this past December that we just had No Way Home, and that was less than 6 months ago.
Well, yeah,
about 7 months, yeah.
And this is also,
It feels like it was longer ago than that.
I think because No Way Home was December of the year before.
Yes, you're right. You're right. But still,
it's half a year.
Yeah, it's still half a year.
That's over a year. That's over a year.
It is over a year.
That was
I saw No Way Home with Gary and
2021.
2021. So it was a minute ago. No,
you're right, Matt. Matt, you're right.
We didn't wear masks, even though we said they were supposed to, and we were like, "Fuck off," and we watched the movie anyway.
They didn't stop you. I love it.
They didn't know because there was like a whole group of us. It was like we rented the theater, so it was like our theater, and they were like, "Oh, okay." And we just went to the bathroom, went to the concessions. No one said anything because they don't actually. It doesn't.
Yeah, we rented the theater. What are you going to do?
I need to have. I'm back in time, and I'm angry about it. But
I think it might be a hot mess with that many cameos shoved in too. It's kind of like, are you gonna have enough time to?
Well, that's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about. I'm going to say what I'm worried about, but I'm not actually worried about it. Do I want to jump into this right now?
Ooh, I'm just waiting for a Disney fire sale.
We can probably talk about this.
Well, they're going to raise some money to get Hulu.
Oh, they're going to need to. Oh, never mind.
Oh, yeah.
What they're already worried about are box office on The Flash, because I've seen several things on this now talking about the expense of this film with reshoots. Then, as we all know, the giant marketing
this is another $500 million movie.
These last few movies that they've come out with all these
what
reshoots,
the fuck?
You would think the federal government was running them.
Yeah.
It's real. Like as many times as they've
he's not kidding. That's not even a joke.
Yeah, cost overruns and changing stuff in the middle of it because some new people got elected, in the middle of a 10-year project and wanted to make all kinds of changes and stuff. And it's just like that. Like if they would have had their writing crew together, had their crap in one bucket, and just shot the movie like they're supposed to, and had it all worked out and planned, they could have saved $100 million easy.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, they're screwing around doing all these reshoots for whatever reason.
So check this out, though. The Flash's movie box office opening is on par with Black Adam.
Ooh.
God.
Now, I don't know I don't know what that means. I mean, they're looking at like pre-sales probably right now. Most people I don't think do pre-sales. And so Cannoli did a really good video on this today. So go over to CannoliSasquatch and check out his channel. So it's Cannoli's. Oh God, he's got a special name for his new channel, which I am not remembering. Look up CannoliSasquatch and you'll see the thing I'm talking about.
I watched it today. It's
Cannoli's catalog.
Yeah, something like that. Hold on, I'll get it.
Yeah, he did a really good kind of breakdown on
Cannoli's catalog.
Cannoli's catalog. Yep. Go to his channel, check out his video in depth on this topic today about why is this movie either going to make money or not going to make money. I myself am of the mind that it's probably gonna have a giant opening weekend, and here's the but. And the but is a bit of a variable, though. It depends. Just like any other movie. Is it going to have enough so people are going to talk about it and be like, man, you got to go see this movie. It was so cool. Yes, Ezra Miller is a criminal and should probably be in jail and maybe a mental institution. But the other stuff was so good that you can look past that. Or is it going to be like, yeah, their stuff is all right, but it's a really long freaking movie, and like the Kara Zod stuff doesn't make any sense because timeline-wise, that doesn't make a bit of sense.
I guess it depends how much Batman is in the Flash movie.
Not many people want to see
movie with Batman in it, right?
Not many people want to see Ezra Miller in a movie, let alone two.
Yeah,
two exactly. Look at the little fella. Look at him all.
Did you see how they like double down on him, saying he's not going to be recast in the future?
Yeah, I got that as well. Which that I found. I don't want to say even remarkable. It was like, oh, I get it. You guys are just, you will not let this fucking go, will you? So the director, I'll bring this up. Say it's the same ugly picture of Ezra, oddly enough. So he confirms that Nick Cage is going to be in the, what the fuck? Sorry, something else happened. Anyway, Nick Cage is going to be in the movie. I've dreamt all my life to work with him. And if you'll remember, there were those horrible images of Nick Cage out there.
I remember those.
Tim Burton. Yeah, Con Air Superman.
Talk about he had a samurai vibe. That's why he had the long, dark hair.
Oh God! See, this is just terrible. Looking at these images, it looks terrible.
It's like thick Flash over there. Look at that neck.
Well, I think that may be the Batman suit. There's one that wears a modified Batman suit. Then there's the other one, and then there's the Supergirl who shouldn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because did you read Flashpoint Paradox? Who here is familiar with Flashpoint Paradox?
I'm familiar with it.
So that's what this is. When I say based on, I mean loose as absolute fuck.
There's a joke in there somewhere. I'm just not going to say it.
All that Navy time. So Flashpoint Paradox. Flash goes back in time to save his mother. He realizes he can break the time barrier. He goes back and saves his mother. Boom. Time ripple. So now he's created a world where instead of Batman's parents getting killed, Thomas and Martha Wayne, Bruce gets killed.
Mm-hmm.
And then Thomas becomes the Batman of that world. Martha becomes the Joker.
Oh, that's right. That was a good comic too.
I like the animated movie was pretty good.
Yeah.
No, the DC animated feature was very good. That they do some really, really good ones. Not All-Star Superman, that shit. Please don't watch it. But the rest of the stuff has been really, really good. And Superman is Project Superman. It's still Kal-El because the events that change on Earth in no way affect Kal-El getting sent to Earth. That's why I don't understand Kara Zod. That doesn't make sense to me.
Kara Zor-El.
Whatever. You know what? I don't give a fuck. She's a character who I don't care about, so I'm not going to remember her fucking name. Like the bad waitress who I get and I give her the 15% instead of the 25 to 30 because she sucked. I don't remember her name either. So she shouldn't exist in this universe, though. At least not on Earth. That doesn't happen. Kal-El still comes to Earth, but instead of the Kents getting him, the government gets him. They keep him stored underground so he can't get sun because they know what he's capable of, and it's a much more and he's basically he's both socially everything. He is just void of all communication with humans. So it makes for a very impactful scene when they finally do get to him. This one, apparently, she just becomes, Supergirl right off the bat. That's cool. That's fine. It's obviously, it has nothing to do with the fact that it's a female character that they're just trying to push. That's no big deal. Anyway, so when I say loosely based on the Flashpoint Paradox, that's what I'm saying.
Right. I've heard from Chris Gore that Nas, wow, that's a reference.
God.
That's a deep cut.
Oh my God.
I mean, he's not wrong. I'm just saying. So.
Wow.
But wow, that threw me.
Yeah, these guys are on fire in the chat right
now. Yeah, they are right now. Wow. But my whole thing with this film is there was articles like from the director and everything, and they say, well, if if there's a sequel, okay, stop right there. There's no sequel to this film. This is a dead-end film.
We know that. It's dead. Everything is a fucking dead end in DC right now. Mm-hmm. James Gunn has already said that. This is it's all a restart.
This is all the old stuff from the old guard that got made. And
these are all
going to make $7. $7 at the concession stand.
These are all holdovers from the Snyderverse.
Mm-hmm.
And I have heard folks say, well, there was that scene, there's that end credit scene in Shazam. They make it. I'm like, no.
Yeah, look how well that went out.
Well, with this film, they might, maybe they'll you Snyder Bros need to stop drinking the Kool-Aid. God.
Yeah, it's just not economically viable anymore for them to just throw money at these things. No. And Ezra has poisoned the well, so he can't come back. Right. Unless he's exonerated of all his charges and all this other stuff he's done. And yeah, exactly. They just need to
be in a fucking institution.
It needs to be a clean slate.
And Warner Brothers is not like Disney. They don't have the theme park back in their losses.
No, Warner Brothers has a financial.
They got a fucking
behind them.
Which
is about 10 miles deep. That's what Warner Brothers has.
They're going to be digging out of debt for years.
Okay, but
just decline solvency.
And this is what Zaslav is doing. He's letting these things run out, and this is why James Gunn is on this 10-year this 10-year plan to rebuild the IP to sell it off.
Yeah, I've heard that.
No, I think you're right. I think you're right because we've been talking about this for months now. And why?
And
it makes more sense. That makes more sense than anything, Joker. It really does.
And this is also why they are doing this. That they're doing the 7-season, 1 season per book of Harry Potter. I guarantee they are going to sell that off to Universal. You know what, Roman? You can all you want. That first episode will be the biggest watched thing of all time.
It'll be amazing. It'll be brilliant. It'll be fantastic, or it won't.
Right.
But so remember, Harry Potter is not the first franchise to be undertaken by one of these fucking studios, though.
But
time. Rings of Power. You've taken 2 major franchises, and I know but this is not it is a more modern but not dissimilar thing.
And I keep going back to David Zaslav. What has he really done to show any indication that he is going to go the Rings of Power route? Or the Wheel of Time route. That's Amazon. That's Amazon.
He said he wanted to work with J.K. Rowling, and I think she has
directly
control
which is a big difference.
So this isn't going to be the shit show we got from Amazon and on their stage.
And
Agent Corey, fuck off, Agent Corey. Just so you know that.
And a lot of these folks, they want to talk about J.K. or do whatever. J.K. is still a left-wing nut job.
No, she is. Yes.
She ran afoul on one thing.
She created this wonderful universe, though.
Right.
She did. I can't take that away from her. My political views. People don't understand a lot of things. I'm gonna share something briefly. So I got in a weird Twitter fight today that I didn't expect to get into. So because of my UK connections, there's a trans person that I follow and they follow me. Fine. They're a nerd. They're not, and that's what we communicate about, nerd shit. And we actually, and oddly, we have a lot of similar political leanings. And if you know me, you probably know what my political leanings are.
No.
There was a post today on Twitter about some jackhole who's going to be handing kids at their lemonade stands why capitalism is bad.
Oh, I saw that.
Little flyer. And I made a comment.
Time out.
I'm sure he's going to do a lot of business.
Hold on.
Yep.
So they have their own little business,
Yes.
their own lemonade stand, but capitalism's
Yes.
bad.
Yes.
Okay.
So this lunatic posts this thing, and
that's really good.
My friend's like, "What kind of asshole makes this kind of shit?" And I said, "Well, people who hate children and Western civilization." And then people started hitting me. They're like, "Hey, how could someone who has Roman in their name agree with a trans person?" I'm like, that's not the fucking conversation, sport. The conversation is about communism and lemonade stands. That's the conversation. That's what we're talking about. And I'm a man of a certain age. I can completely disagree with people who are exactly like me and agree with people who are very different from me. If you don't understand that you're gonna agree with people who you don't agree with or who are way different from you all the time, then you don't have enough life experience to speak. Or if you're old enough, you're a fucking moron and you need to just broaden your fucking horizons. So it was like, I was just like, what are you talking about? And I kept saying, that's not the conversation. It was like, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, and then I ended up like, okay, fuck off.
That's what they usually tend to when they don't know what they're talking about, try to change the conversation.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah, they never stick to
the conversation was pretty clear. This fucking lunatic on Twitter is going to hand out these pamphlets to little kids when the weather gets warm. I can't wait to hand these out to their lemonade stands because capitalism is bad and you're a bad person. I don't even really have the words.
Mags, yes.
It's
right again, Mags. There you go.
That's just hilarious. Like, what the fuck is this? A lemonade stand. That's what you teach your kid how capitalism works.
I'm not going to bring them up on the stream. I'm not going to show anything. I'm not going to give them that fucking Vex.
Hey, Vex.
It is actually not GMO free. I am full of GMOs. So no, and like I said, I don't want to bring them up the stream. I'm not
Knots is killing me tonight, dude.
Oh dear God.
Oh God, Knots, you are great.
I tried to get Vex on for next week, but Vex is like so popular right now. I couldn't get her booked. And she's like, well, I'm free at the end of the month. And I'm like, Vex, my life is so fucking chaotic right now. I have no idea what I'm doing next week. I can't, figure out the end of the month right now. But although next week is going to be pretty fucking hot, so we'll talk about that in about an hour when we get to there. I'm excited about that. So anyway, so there's this crazy motherfucker out there, and then other crazy motherfucker started like finding my YouTube stuff and putting my picture up. It's like, cool. I have a YouTube channel. I'm not fucking hard to find, guys.
No,
I'm not. Oh, you're gonna dox Roman? Really?
Well, maybe it'll get you some subs out of it.
Yeah, really.
If you met Roman before, I'm all over the place. It's like impossible.
Sometimes it's not even on the same planet.
Right, and has no way of knowing where it's going at any given time.
This is true.
So, fuck off. I don't know. It was a weird exchange I had. But going back to the J.K. Rowling conversation, it's like, I agree with J.K. Rowling on this. What? You agree with a wild leftist? Yes, I agree with her on her points on this. And put all that aside. She wrote this brilliant fucking story that is fucking magical. And it appeals to everyone. So if you can't figure that out, I don't even know what to tell you. I guess I don't know.
All you got to do now is build. It's just all that series has to be is just decent. Just decent enough, and you're going to build that IP, and I guarantee Universal will have a very big interest in that because of the theme
Joker. Yes. What they shouldn't do, actually, panel. What they shouldn't do. Give me. Let's call it 4 things. We'll go 4 things, and you can just chime in. I'm not going to ask for everybody for their own things. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll just kind of jump in. What are 4 things they shouldn't do with the Harry Potter series?
They should not deviate from what J.K. sets the rules of the show to be. That's number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They should
no new characters. Just use the established characters from the book, because they now have more time. There are a lot of characters they didn't make the movies because they didn't have time. Well, if you're going to do an entire series on the first book, you can add all the people that got cut. People love
They're
that.
in the books. They're
right,
in the
and books. And you've got enough time to flesh out characters like a Dean Thomas or like Shacklebolt, who are people of color. So again,
shut your mouth, Joker.
I'm just saying. It just.
Oh, I agree. Right. So that's 2 things we shouldn't do.
Don't put modern life in it.
Thank you.
Go on. One more. Anybody?
Don't swap somebody's sexual
gender
preference to start making gay people all over the place.
Yeah.
That weren't in the books.
They already have Dumbledore, just based off of that.
Yeah.
They have the power in their hands to create such a good story with Dumbledore of who he is and his, sexual preference. But knowing the Hollywood, they're going to be like, no, this isn't good enough. We need to have like a transgender girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever for Dumbledore.
And that goes back to point 1. Do not deviate from what J.K. Rowling has set this world up to be.
And those 4 reasons, those 4 things, they'll do it.
Yep.
Actually, so Joker, I would even argue, and panel, that they shouldn't deviate from the books.
Right, because
no. That's actually different than what you said, Joker.
Okay,
J.K. post novels has said things which the books never implied.
Correct.
Oh yeah.
Or were actually contradictory to descriptions of characters.
Correct.
Use what's in the books. If you don't get a crazy-haired Hermione Granger who looks like Hermione Granger, then you're going to have a problem with audience immediately. Because you will. Because we all know what we expect. And I've said this before, and I'm not, and it's not to try to create distance. And I don't even want to say but. When you have an established character who you know what that character looks like, you know what that character does, you understand the motivations of that character, you have all these things that are that character. And then, for whatever reason,
Hi, Corey.
The studio decides they want to present that character in a different light, a different version of that. That's not the character that the audience fell in love with. That's not
exactly.
It sold.
Right.
It sold.
And that. Right.
All of those things.
And that's the problem with. The Wheel of Time, Rings of Power. That is Amazon's mistakes. I don't see Zaslav making that mistake because Zaslav.
July has said it so many times. Writes good characters for everyone.
Right.
If you want to have a person of this, whatever, it doesn't matter whatever that is. That is quite honestly irrelevant. Make a good character and as that person. That's fine. And then you get that, and then people are like, yeah, that's fucking cool. That's great. People love Zorro. You know why they love Zorro? Because Zorro is a great fucking character.
Zorro is one of the blueprints for Batsy.
So, but these companies don't need the audience. They're going from that ESG investment.
No, I know you're right. That's the thing. You're fucking.
So they don't care.
I think that's kind of.
I hate it so much.
Coming to an end, maybe.
I hope so, and I hope it brings down some of these businesses.
Well, because we've had the big 3, but because we've had the BlackRock, the State Street, and the Vanguard. Vanguard is pulling out of that.
Yeah.
I actually found out my company that I was with switched retirement companies. So the 401k that I have sitting there that doesn't do anything anymore, because I'm no longer actually a member of a company, is getting moved to another company. So I called Vanguard. I'm like, hey, I'm not actually part of the company anymore. Do I have to move my account over? They're like, yes, you do, because otherwise it's all going to disappear. I'm like,
nice.
God damn it. Because I don't know what I'm doing. I set up this account like however many years ago, and I was just like, fuck. And but Vanguard is no longer the choice of a lot of companies. It's going over to, I think, probably one of those fucking companies that I actually hate.
State Street, BlackRock.
Well, that has the ESG representation, fucking globalist, fucking jerk off thing. Even I didn't like Vanguard either. It doesn't really matter though. It's just because you get stuck with these companies. It's
the thing.
I'm an employee. Here's your 401k. Thanks.
This ESG stuff. At some point, real money has to be paid back on stuff.
Yeah.
Does it?
These companies.
You would
tell
think.
Disney that. Tell Disney that. Tell Disney that.
They borrow the money. Okay, they get their ESG score. They borrow the money. Then what? They keep making stuff nobody wants to watch. They go more broke. But they have a fire sale. Then they own a studio now or something.
Disney's in big trouble. They're in big trouble.
Yeah.
So I do want to talk about this a little bit. We didn't get to talk about this last week, so this is what we qualified as old news, and I apologize for that. But I don't want to skip over this because I was a big fan of Ray Stevenson.
Oh,
yeah. I was really sad to see about his passing. He was in a lot of fucking movies.
Yep. And forgot he was in Eli.
Quite honestly, I could take out every single one of the films he was in, and I can go back to the series Rome. And
Rome was great.
Be grateful that he ever existed as Titus Pullo. Titus Pullo was the foil for Lucius Vorenus. They were best friends. They were complete opposites.
Mm-hmm.
Loosely based upon characters that were mentioned by Julius Caesar in his memoirs. They were the everyman, though. These were the guys that you viewed Rome through. And Ray Stevenson did such a glorious job.
He was great.
And I mean, and like I said, he was in a bunch of other things.
First time I saw him was in the King Arthur movie back in 2004.
Yeah.
Oh, he was great in that as well. He was that. You know what? That movie doesn't get enough credit. I thought it was a very interesting interpretation of that legend.
That's the one with Clive Owen, right?
Yes, the Clive Owen version.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was more grounded. It wasn't magic. It wasn't any of that stuff. It was based on a Roman legion that was left in Rome.
Mm-hmm.
And it built around that. I thought that was fascinating.
And then he was this movie doesn't get talked about much, but it's actually, I think, a slightly better adaptation. Punisher, the War Zone.
Oh yeah, I love that. I saw that.
It's an unfortunate property. I think Ray Stevenson would have been a great.
Very good.
Yeah.
But they gave him. The problem was, all the other that came along.
It was a very campy film outside of him, and the guy that got to play Jigsaw was just terrible.
It seemed like it was more of a British production too.
Maybe
that Punisher.
Oh yeah. Jigsaw was also a British actor. The name is escaping me. Forgive my ancient brain.
And the last time I saw him was in RRR.
Yep.
Right, which I still haven't seen, and everybody.
Oh my God! What is wrong with you, Ron?
Zach, stop throwing fruit at my garage. But there was the thing that came out. So we know he's going to be in Ahsoka, and I know.
He looked really good though. From what I've seen, he looked like he's going to be good.
What I love is the big kid in Ray Stevenson. The first time they handed it to me, speaking of the lightsaber for the camera test, I couldn't help myself. I made the noise.
Of course. I mean,
Right?
and that seems to be a common
That
thing.
just really got me, man.
Because Ewan was the same way. When they were actually in filming, they had to tell Ewan to shut up because he kept making the sound.
He was doing it while he was swinging.
Yes. What's up, Jana?
I believe it.
Hey, Jana.
I believe it.
Hey, Jenna.
Yo.
Did you hand the baby over? I'm looking at my chat. This way. When I look this way, I'm looking at the chat. Did you hand the baby over to Copa right now? It's she's not like free ranging the baby right now. I hope. So Nomi, I mean, you're younger, so I'm going to poke you a little bit on that.
All right.
Are you familiar with Ray Stevenson?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I know of him. Yeah.
From what?
Book of Eli. And then I knew that he, and I knew he was in Thor.
Right, Volstagg.
Later, Max.
Yeah.
Hi, Megs.
Oh.
Hi, Max.
All right, Max. Enjoy your game stream. Have fun. Everyone go. Please sub to Mags. Don't leave necessarily right now, please.
Hail
So Volstagg.
Yep, Volstagg. Those are the only ones that I remember him being in.
Have you not seen Rome?
Nope.
Watch Rome. Rome was very
good. So I'm actually writing down a list of movies that I need to watch. Oh my God, Roman, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. 2 seasons. It's 2 seasons. It's an HBO series.
Okay.
It is very good. It is very good.
It's like my top 3 series of all time.
JV knows this about me. I was severely homeschooled and sheltered. Oh yeah, Shield Wall of Dragons knows this too. I was homeschooled, so I was sheltered from a lot of TV shows, movies. So I'm writing down a list of what I need to go to, all your recommendations that I can find, be entertained and have my thoughts on those.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's there. I mean, Rome. I can't even say enough good things about Rome. I should probably do a show on Rome one night.
That'd be fun. That'd be fun.
Cover. I mean, I'm gonna have to wait till after the dog is a puppy because I need way more time than a couple hours is going to provide me. Because Rome.
Oh, that's gonna be like.
Because there are so many good episodes of Rome.
Yes.
You can't. It's funny because when you go to Rome, you can't like look at one episode and say, "Oh, that was a knockoff," because there weren't any of those. You don't have any of the throwaway episodes like you do on so many series. Every episode had balls and merit and bearing on the rest of the series.
I miss shows like that where there isn't one that's a weak episode. They're all just really good from beginning.
Yeah, it was. I would say. I mean, it only ran 2 seasons for budgetary reasons. It just cost them a fortune to make. I would argue, and people will say that I'm wrong, and you can say that because of the time length of the series, I would say it was better than The Sopranos in the amount you got. The Sopranos was a fantastic series.
Didn't watch it, so
but you had seasons of The Sopranos that were garbage and thrown.
Yeah, the last season of Game of Thrones was garbage too.
Right. Oh, yeah. So you had 2 seasons of Rome, and to me, that is burned in.
It was excellent.
Brighter than Game of Thrones ever will be. Sopranos was good. Sopranos was really good. I can't talk too bad about it. But
anybody watch Bosch?
Season 3 or 4.
No.
Wait, what?
Bosch.
I loved Bosch. Bosch was good.
I love The Wire.
Independent on whatever its thing was. After it's ended, and it tried to carry on weirdly. I didn't like that. Did you watch that too?
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't as good.
No, it wouldn't.
Wasn't Stevens also? Wasn't he Blackbeard in Black Sails?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
that
was in a lot of things.
That was he was good in that. That was another decent show. That one though it had ups and downs. But
Game of Thrones really fucking killed Rome. Fuck off, Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Sorry, Nomi, it popped back on when I was doing that.
That's okay.
I know. She's like, I'm on Roman's stream. Roman does unpredictable.
No, I've been in the crossfire before, and I get the heat of it, so it's okay.
Is it though?
Well, Sopranos is not perfect. Sopranos
is it though?
Good. Sopranos was perfect, and then it wasn't. And you can see there's a definite line in Sopranos when it became.
I think The Wire was perfect.
I am sensing a Italian bias here for the Sopranos.
I love Sopranos. My son loves Sopranos. I mean, but it wasn't good after a certain point. It just wasn't. You know, I can't say it was good when it wasn't good. So, I don't know what you want from me here. Yes. Blah, 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 blah. What do we got? Offensive nudity. There was a lot of offensive nudity.
Mrs. Cannoli.
Hey, Miss Cannoli. Hey, congratulations on your channel, by the way, and your review of Little Mermaid. It was fantastic. And
I know. Thank you. Thank you.
So please check out Mrs. Cannoli as well. Night Stalker. Yeah, Cole Sheck, the Night Stalker. That was good.
Oh yeah, I loved that one as a kid.
Right.
Last year,
we can do a whole separate stream on what was or what was not a perfect.
Last year, I would say how last year, and I know I'm going to get some hate for this because it is associated with Game of Thrones, but House of the Dragon was excellent.
I've loved House of Dragon.
It was very good.
Really yeah. It's been episode for episode. It's been fucking
Patty Constantine, oh my God, was off his ass in that series. It was amazing.
Let's hope they don't just draw it out.
From that was when
Four Seasons.
Viserys was already like rotted, and he had the thing.
The mascot, and he goes, "Oh, I want to see that one."
He's walking.
Yes.
They didn't expect him to show up, and he's walking, and he bent over, and the crown fell off, and then
Damon
picked it up and gave it to him. That wasn't scripted, by the way.
I know.
That was an accident. The crown fell off. That wasn't supposed to happen. Matt Smith handing that back to him just was fucking gold. And it just happened. Man, that's good. That's fucking filmmaking. That's good shit.
When the doors opened, because they're all getting in there, and what's his name was up on the throne. He's like, I'm gonna run things, right, Otto. And then they started announcing that it was the king, and first, first of his name. You could see them all pucker. They were like,
Nomi, have you seen this one?
Oh yes, I have seen it. I've been having charcuterie nights at my place watching the whole first season.
And then when he's walking, and he looks over at the Rhaenyra, and that look he gives is like, "That's okay, girl. Daddy's here. I got this." And I'm like, "Oh, that's so good."
Yep, he had his pimp cane. He was coming in there. Also, his pimp hand was strong.
He had at least 45% of his flesh.
Yep.
And then someone calls his daughter a whore, and then
off with his head.
Dark sister, baby, dark fucking sister.
Yep.
Whoa. Which is a great name for a sword. That's just whoa. Okay.
Yeah, that's solid. I mean, I'm looking forward to season 2 whenever the fuck we get to see it.
2024.
Or will we? I don't. Does writer's strike affect this one, or is it good?
Yeah, I think the strips were already in the bag.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Because,
but if SAG goes on strike,
I know, writer's strike. I know. Cannoli has used it, and I actually agree with certain aspects of it.
I think the silver. I think the silver lining of this is because now everything is backlogged, so studios are going to be like, maybe we don't need this. maybe we don't need this.
Yeah, I think they have a real chance to get rid of some of the chafe.
So it's going to be
that Agatha Harkness show. Bye.
Yeah,
that's not happening.
Yeah, that's
Velma season 2.
I see it going one of two ways. They're gonna get rid of all the woke crap that's not selling, or they're gonna quadruple down, and all the shows are gonna be woke.
Well, here's
my and push the narrative.
My take with the writer's strike, Shield Wall, and Cannoli. I agree that if because the way that writing is done no longer meets the confines of the contract, and they're forced to write like these absurd amount of hours, there should be compensation for that. That is, that's work for pay. That kind of is what it is. But and this is the thing that makes me say, fuck off, I don't care, is that the quality of writing with 20 fucking writers in a room instead of 1 or 2 back on Star Trek, the original series, has been atrocious. So you have to write more, and you spend all these hours in the studio writing, but your shows are garbage. Tell me how the balance is there.
Well,
one guy wrote City on the Edge of Forever, classic Star Trek, which is burned into our brains. But you have a whole series of She-Hulk, and I couldn't name you an episode. I can tell you characters I don't like and why I don't like the show, but what are you doing?
This is always the problem with unions. Unions never protect the talent. Mm-hmm. They protect the bottom. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because talent will always win out.
So I'm gonna give you guys an option. There are 2 things I want to talk about here. I actually still have several items in the mix here, but there are a couple of weird items I want to hit. There's the Mark Hamill thing that came up, which you may or may not have heard about. And then there's something I didn't even know existed, which I find fascinating, which is the Marvel Alien, the Alien you think of, comic book. Did you guys know that existed?
No.
I saw somebody did a
Wakazashi's Tea House.
Yeah, Wakazashi's Tea House did one.
I had no idea this book
existed. There was a couple other people that talked about it.
Remember Dark Horse back in the day did a bunch of Alien vs. Predator.
Yeah, Dark Horse. Man, Dark Horse did some great shit. Nomi, have you read those?
I have not.
Yeah, you like aliens?
Let me write that down on my list.
They did the best Alien vs.
She's like
Predator.
Captain America after he came out of the coma. It's kind of funny.
This new one, I looked at the article. It had a couple of panels that you could read. Just from reading the panels, I am not interested in it, for a couple of reasons. But without seeing the whole comic, I can't really make a judgment on it. All I can say is it didn't pique my interest.
So they're on like a moon, and they freeze.
Right. Yeah.
And then they're buried beneath the ice for we don't even know how long exactly.
Yeah, because of their
mining
nature,
colony comes along.
Because of their silicon nature, they can.
But you see the girl right there on that panel there, with the side shaved head.
She's in charge, by the way.
It looks like she's with it looks like she's with a John Wick in that panel right
now. Yeah, it does.
I think that's her dad. And her mother is actually in charge of the expedition. So in that top part of the panel, they're talking about, well, we better do this because mom will get mad at us. And then, and he keeps telling her, hey, be careful. And she's like, I know what I'm doing. I can do this myself. And he's like, okay, whatever. And so it kind of has that kind of tone to it, at least this portion of it.
I actually think this frame is pretty interesting, though.
It is. The face hugger in the face. And she didn't intentionally, she was just like trying to climb through the wall or whatever, and then it accidentally hit it.
But haven't we already seen this in Alien versus Predator?
Yeah, the Alien artwork is great.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have.
I think this cover art is good.
This is actually in space. This isn't like on Earth or something. And it's in 31 something. It says it at the top of the thing.
I'm kind of over Alien now.
I am never over Alien, Blair. I know the movies. The problem is I love Alien, and I won't shill for it. Even if it's bad, I won't shill for it.
Hey,
Ginger!
Yeah.
Wait, what? Oh, Ginger, you're awake. Is it that time over on your side of the world, my friend? Ginger Ninja is brilliant, and if you're not subbing to his channel, you're doing something wrong with your life. He does this amazing art, and he's just a wonderful person. And he's one of the 7 Gingers left on the planet, so he's an endangered species. So please sub to his channel.
We must protect him and Karen Ellen.
Well, I have to actually, and Mrs. of the Empire. Mrs. of the Empire is also a ginger, so I have to watch
Okay,
out.
yes, Mrs. of the Empire, fine. Okay.
Gingers are the unicorn.
So they're digging down. They're digging down the ice, and then they open up this giant crater. I'm showing you, like, you can see my fucking hand right now. And there are like these hundreds of bodies down there with some kind of other structure. So something happened here before.
Okay, well, that thing laying on top of them all is part of that drill derrick that the other people. So apparently, this scene here is another like salvage company showing up and going, "Huh, well, this stuff's old, but it's kind of well prepared." I don't know if it's a rescue team or what, because they're looking for the dad and the side shave that went down inside their girl, and so something happened to them. Then this derrick, if you go back up, it'll show.
Oh, this is a secondary company.
Yeah, okay, so this is like the next panel or next comic, and that thing collapses and makes this giant hole, and that's when they can see that they're all down in there. Like, yeah, see, this guy's trapped in the crane that fell in the hole, and they're trying to get him out, and that's when they see they're frozen in the ice. Now, this one guy's like, "Well, we need to get out of here before it gets dark," but I would assume if it got dark, it would get even colder.
But
maybe
it
liquefies.
It's better for you.
Maybe when it gets cold enough, it liquefies.
I think that is great cover art there, though. That cover art is fantastic.
And if you go back up, it's got her there. That actually looks like she looks like an interesting character as long as she's not insufferable.
Don't get that face hugger wet or feed it after midnight.
Yeah. What's going on? So, and then you got the alien.
It's on a pole.
Well, it's on like a radar station or something.
Pole dancing alien.
Yeah, there you go.
Gotta make money somehow.
Yep. Yeah, dollar bill, y'all.
Hey, Dempsey.
That'll make you want to holler.
I thought that was kind of a fuck off screen. An interesting thing though, because I didn't even know the comic was out there. Didn't know.
I don't think a lot of people do, and I mean, it looked okay. Like I said, I can't really judge it from.
No, it's hard to say. Breaking Bad above Sopranos. That's interesting.
But
actually, you know what, Nas? I can't. The sad thing is, I can't actually disagree with you on this because season for season, Breaking Bad was better. Although I like characters on The Sopranos way better than Breaking Bad. So that's my conundrum with that. But Breaking Bad season for season was consistent. Every season was good. Sopranos had those seasons where it was like, what the fuck are they doing? Oh my God, this sucks. And then I don't watch it for a year and I have to catch up. But anyway. Is Courtney in here? Courtney is in here.
Yep. Hey, Courtney.
Hey, Courtney, welcome. Good to see you.
So what was the other article you wanted to hit us with?
So I this is the other one. So
Mark Hamill.
I found this interesting, and
I know it
gave me that much hope.
Oh no!
Even though Mark Hamill is kind of a piece of shit.
Don't worry,
he wants to recast Luke Skywalker. Please stop throwing things on the screen.
Okay, but okay, no. No.
Why?
Because
actually, I can answer that. I don't want them to make anything else. That's my why.
Yeah, that's why.
There's that.
Stop.
There's that, but anything going into any recasting, the only place you can recast him is between the time he was born in, or like the time he's 9 in Kenobi until the Last Jedi. That's the only time frame you have. So it doesn't matter what story you place him in. All roads are going to lead to the Last Jedi. It doesn't matter. This is nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how they would bring him back as he talked in the article about being a mentor, and I'm like, that's what they should have done instead of making him the titty milk
loser. Yeah.
And then killing him off. His only real way that he can come back now is as a Force ghost.
Right. Yep. But even that has limits. Because at some point you even transcend transcend into the Force, so you just become part of the cosmic force. So even that has a very small shelf life in the grand scheme of things.
I'm with Dempsey on this one. They should just move if you're going to make new Star Wars, you make it after all of this, and you introduce all new characters, a whole new story. You can do whatever you want with it. It's like
okay. It. I mean, you can. I mean, but here's the problem with that, because even going 1,000 years in the Legends now, there are still Skywalkers going forward. Yeah. I mean, a great place to start would be the one Sith with a Darth Krayt. You got Darth Krayt, you got Talon, and you still have some Skywalkers there, but you've got a very big story, and they screwed up so many things here because the sequels should have been the Zahn books, and it should have been. And you've got other stories along with the Yu Zhan Vong, which would have been great.
Yeah, that would have been really cool.
Yeah, they canned all that and called it Legends, and then they made this great crap. Yeah, and now they're going cherry picking because they're like screwed. They got nothing going forward.
Okay, no. Okay, fuck Dave Filoni. Fuck that hack. Get him out.
Remember what I said. We can make a better series on the patio. You and I can bring this into the future. What I'm saying is Hollywood sucks, and they're full of fucking hack writers, and they lack imagination, even though there is a lot of very good books out there, which Kathleen Kennedy has decided to ignore. The Star Wars universe doesn't have to be dead. And actually, and Joker, I'm going to say I don't mind the recasting of Luke. If the problem is if you get rid of the sequels, it has to be the sequels.
That's never happening. That's never happening though.
Make them fan films and continue with the story that was originally there.
But this is
sequels destroy because people say, well, what's the big deal? You still have your old series. What's the big deal? You can It matters because you wrecked the fucking future of the series. There is nothing to go forward with.
And all roads lead to.
And it's not even that because you look at some of the stuff because you look at some of the stuff that Disney has done in the prequel era still. So anything before New Hope. So the Kenobi series it undermines.
Yeah, it does. Like it's bad. Like bad.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And this is what they're going to do because in the contract they cannot touch and remake. They cannot remake the prequels and they cannot remake the OT, but they can make content around it that will just dig at it and dig at it and dig at it and dig at it.
Look, Kenobi, and we've actually discussed this. What is the worst series? There are series I think that were more poorly produced, had worse acting and all the stuff. But Kenobi was the most damaging.
Exactly, it damaged the character.
Boba Fett was
really
fucking
bad.
Garbage. Boba Fett was really fucking bad. But Kenobi was damaging to canon.
Right. And I say the same thing for the same reason that the worst Marvel series of all of them is Loki.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it kills Loki.
Yep.
No, it kills phases 1, 2, and
it
3.
also free will. Everything they did didn't matter. That's right. Yes, I'd forgotten about that. Thank you for reminding me, Joker. That's lovely.
That's what I'm here for.
I know. Yeah, Loki season 2 is coming up. Not that far in the future. I don't know what
Jonathan Majors.
That. Well, actually, that brings up another story. We'll pull this one off.
Yeah, I want to speak to this.
And
I mean, it's been quiet on that front.
I found this one fascinating, though, Blair, because I didn't know this. Sorry, I have a bunch of things up on the screen. People are like, "What's wrong with him? He's so old. He can't find his own articles." There it is. Got it. And you're mostly right. You're not 100% wrong on this. So the problem, fuck me, there it is. So Jonathan Majors.
Oh,
They actually restructured Phase 6. I don't even like phases. I don't like the idea of this Phase 1, 2, 3 thing. I think it's stupid. Especially when you talk about the early Marvel movies, Iron Man through Endgame. That was a story arc. To call them phases is kind of fucking retarded. It doesn't make any sense. Post that, it should be like, okay, I have another beef with this. I was actually talking to the family of the Empire about this today because I was reading this article and it pissed me off because I'm like, so they restructured Phase 6 around Jonathan Majors, around the character of Kang, because of his performance in Loki and fucking Ant-Man and the Wasp, which I think 7, maybe 8 or 9 people saw.
Maybe a dozen.
But you didn't have your story arc written already. No. You didn't know what you were going to do.
Yeah,
so
right.
And this is really good for this character. Let's introduce a character.
But this is what happens when you when you lose all your writing talent and you hire the staff of Rick and Morty.
Fuck Rick and Morty. Fuck Rick and Morty.
That TV show has done more damage to other franchises because they keep hiring these hack writers to do this one kind of offbeat cartoon, but now they've destroyed, Star Trek, and now destroying Marvel, and they're under their hooks and everything.
Look, the Russo brothers did such an amazing job. Honestly, I wish the Russo brothers had done Ultron. I wish they had gotten them in that early. Ultron would have been a much better movie.
But to be honest, their show on Prime is terrible. Citadel.
What is
Citadel?
I haven't seen it. I actually haven't watched it yet, so I can't speak to it.
I could not get past the first episode. It was that bad.
So you think they're telling the truth here about this whole thing about John Majors? Or do you think they're just doing some serious PR?
I think
they're saying this. They're like,
I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah.
I think they're getting themselves an exit real quick after Loki drops. They're going to drop him like a.
That's how I took the article, is because I didn't really hear about how, well, we weren't going to use him that much at first. He wasn't really going to be that big a part of it. Then we saw his performance and decided to change our mind, which means that now that he's, toxic to the whole thing, we can just say it was always our plan never to really have him in it that much.
That's exactly.
That's some bullshit. That's bullshit.
I think they're just spending this the best they can. So whenever they drop him after Loki 2, it's kind of like, well, that was always the plan.
They may. So what do they? So Marvel has created this fucking nightmare because they're not going to recast him, or probably won't recast him. Maybe they will.
They didn't drop the charges against him, so I think he's just dead to them.
No, charges are still there. Yeah, he's still in work on this.
And they still
Army Hammer. Army Hammer. The charges got dropped like a couple days ago. I don't know if you guys heard that.
For Army Hammer,
Ranger.
Yeah.
The charges just got dropped. Fuck Rick and Morty. Yes. Fuck Rick and Morty all fucking day long, dude.
Well, his manager fired him and his agency fired him. So he's got like nobody
to represent him. Right.
I didn't look into that though. Does anybody know why they dropped the charges? Like not enough evidence or?
I think that was it, that there was nothing strong to press charges against him or really prosecute him for those accusations.
Done.
I thought because that shit, Nomi, that shit's been hanging there for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been going on like
killed his career.
Like 2 years or something, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I can't speak one way or another about this.
Were they saying he ate all the evidence or
other than
They
had
out there long enough to destroy him completely, and he's never coming back.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, that's exactly. I mean, like I said, I don't know enough about. I don't know what the charges were specifically. All I do know is that his career is done.
Once he transitions,
did they do that on purpose? Was that an intentional murder of him? I don't know.
Well, the way I see it is that he was dating this girl, and I know they broke up, and she was the one who came after him with these accusations. So I don't know if she was bitter about it or just wanted to spite him and actually ruin his career because women are crazy. So that's my guess.
You don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a horrible person, or she could be a nutbag. These are your two sides of it. Mm-hmm. Sometimes there's in between.
Hey, there's a scenario where it's both at the same time.
True.
Yeah,
you got to believe the woman. Believe the woman.
Believe all women.
Like this thing here, he's a person of color. He's going to be this great.
Whatever happened there, they've done it. They've heard the accusation and acted on it instead of waiting to see what happens with the trial.
Yeah.
Well, the problem with studios is because now you have an investment. So now you're like hedging. It's like, okay, so let's say he didn't beat the woman. We're good. Or are we? Because the stigma is still going to be there. Or the worst case is he beat the woman. Now we're screwed and we lose all of this capital. The studio is in a precarious spot with this. Mrs. of the Empire brought this up. Back in the day, long ago, studios would sign a contract with their actors that if they had misconduct outside of the studio, which usually is none of your business, but if you sign a contract, it's your fucking business, that it could jeopardize your relationship with the studio. And they could dump you like a hot potato because they lose money if you fuck up.
They're no longer a profitable asset.
Right. I don't think that's a bad idea. Even in modern era, I don't think that's a bad idea. If you fuck up, they lose money, you're gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because it is. So what do you do with that? I mean, what do you do with Jonathan Majors? I know what I would do with Ezra Miller.
You try to fight back and try to convince everybody that you're innocent until you turn blue. That's the best way to do it. And that's what all these actors are doing anyway.
Yeah.
Even when they're not. Ezra Miller has it's not a one-off with Ezra Miller. That's the funny thing.
Ezra Miller has a literal rap
over continents on film of doing these things.
Right.
But they've dropped some of that already. That alcohol heist I think it's been dropped already.
Well, that was arbitrated, I think. But he has a literal rap sheet. You know what I mean? Like,
he went to therapy.
Stuff. Yeah.
He went to therapy. So that's right.
Well, we've all been the fucking therapist. That's
yeah, but that's the go-to. That's the old standby for Hollywood is therapy. You know, was it David Duchovny? He was a sex therapist. He was a sex crazed
I'm a drug
sex
addict.
addict.
I'm sorry. I'm an alcoholic. I'm sorry. I'm a Satanist
Sex
who likes
addict.
to kill
Yeah.
goats and fuck him in the eye addict. What is
Therapy
that?
and rehab.
It's weird. It's rehab. Rehab is your fucking clear the slate, right?
Yeah,
but it shouldn't
keep his nose clean. He has a chance
if they can. But that's such a
Yeah.
broad thing. It's such a thing that they are granted that regular folk like you, I, us, Ninja down there, are not. We're not. This kind of thing comes our way. We are fucked in our career. Our family deserts us, and now we're eating corn cob under a bridge in a garbage can.
Yeah. Money talks.
Yep.
But I don't know. I think so. Disney Marvel has been very quiet on majors, like to the point of silence until something like this comes out. And so, because they have Loki season 2 coming out, they can't recast him for that.
Yeah.
It's done.
No, it's already there.
But then after that, I think they're going to hit the eject button on him so hard. It's just going to be.
That's what they're preparing for.
Yeah, he's done.
Yeah, the die is cast, as they say.
Yeah.
So, we've got a couple more topics here. We have a few more minutes.
What are we going to say, Nomi?
Oh, I was going to say, yeah, Disney's preparing for that, and they know. I know they're lawyering up because Jonathan Majors will fight back for that.
Yeah.
Because that's his biggest breakthrough role.
Oh yeah, this was going to set him up for life.
Yeah.
And hey, if they screw him over it.
Creed 3 do.
I didn't have a desire to watch it.
I mean, it did okay. I don't think it did. I don't think it did. I don't think it made a lot of money. But then again, this was done by Apple, who is just kind of testing, is really testing the waters as far as their entertainment content is. I mean, they've got one more. I mean, really, if anyone's good, if any studio is looking to sell off like major swaths of their IPs, there's really only two companies that have the cash that could buy an entire catalog, and that's Apple and Amazon.
I actually enjoyed Creed 1 and 2. I did. I liked them. I liked them because they were an expansion in that same universe. It didn't feel like it was a different place. It felt like it was the same. I mean, you had Sylvester Stallone involved, which I think helped considerably. And then in 2, you had the Drago factor. I like that stuff. I guess I'm a nostalgia fool. I'm an old guy who likes seeing these familiar.
Oh yeah, it totally was, and it worked.
And then I like to see a lot of punching. So if you give me that and a lot of punching, I'm like sold. I'm like, all right, that's I can live with that. But 3, I didn't give 2 fucks about. There was nothing in 3 that was like, oh, yes, Roman, please come watch this movie about a character you're mildly interested in and a character you don't know at all.
I think is it just me, or did Major's character, was he made to look like Tyson?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't even really
see it, so
yeah, I kind of didn't see that. He just kind of looked like Majors to me, but with the
with the black shorts and stuff, the black shorts he was wearing, and his
I think they were maybe trying to give that like
vibe.
That vibe, but not. They didn't try to physically make him look like him,
right?
But yeah, like kind of give him that, like, because back when Tyson first came on the scene, he was really hungry, You know what I mean? For it. And he was like knocking fools out in like one punch. Yeah.
I love
savage.
Remember when you could watch all those fucking fights, Shield Wall, on HBO?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
The extra, you could just watch.
I remember his first big fight. Everybody look at Nomi. She's eyes glazing over.
No,
but his very first fight, there was this big fight. It was all this hype. Right. And I remember everybody at work, I was deployed overseas. I was overseas already. And we're all like, yeah, we're going to watch this. And somehow we got a tape of it, or I can't remember how we got it. Anyway, they were piping it in for the military. It was like this big thing. And everyone was super hyped. We're all at the club and everything. And then he comes out and he knocked that dude out. And then we was like, that's it. We're like, what the hell, man?
I don't know
Powerhouse.
I don't know if you knew this, Shadow, Shield Wall.
Wow. Oh, Nomi.
Stop, JP. Stop. I've been having a problem with this lately. Mistaking people of others. Stop. Shield Wall.
Oh, Shield Wall. We are so sorry.
I'm sorry.
So sorry.
But I'm an avid boxer fan.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that. I'm sorry. I assumed your gender.
Oh my gosh. No. Oh no, you just assumed that I'm a female and I have no interest in this.
Exactly what I did.
I do.
Copa, you're kind of right there on that.
Yeah. No, I've been following Canelo.
No, he was,
Yeah.
He was fucking savage. He was amazing to watch. Because he came out there and he's all low because he's not a very tall dude.
No, he's not.
He's built like a brick shithouse. And the fight lasted 23 seconds.
Yeah.
Because he was just like boom, boom, boom. And the other guy would go like,
oh, good.
Like a rag doll.
He was, if it's the fight I remember, and that guy, they hyped him up. He looked out of shape. He wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so marvelous cool. Marvin Hagler back in the day. He was a good fighter.
Yeah. Well, that's cool, Nomi. That's something else I know about, besides the possum workout.
Hey, it's going great. The possum workout is going fantastic.
There you go. All right. So you're going to be able to, cowboy boots soon?
Yeah. I mean, I wore my cowboy boots at the Vegas meetup. So.
Okay, cool. Yep.
Cowboy boots.
But yeah, maybe more workout.
Are we all going next year? Do we need to make a pact? Because I'm going next year. I actually have permission already. I can go next year. I'm going next year.
Let's make a pact.
I live in town, so I'll be there.
Yeah, you don't have to fucking do anything.
Doesn't have a choice.
Jokers doesn't have to fucking do anything.
I guess I go. I don't know.
It's so much fun, Blair. It is.
I love to go.
2 days.
I'll say yes, but that's a year from now. So it might as well be the Pleistocene era.
That's when you plan, Shield Wall. You plan a year from now. I'm going to tuck away $500 for this trip. That's how much I spent. I spent $500. Travel, hotel, gambling, hookers, cocaine. All of it was in there.
That's a
cheap package.
Was alcohol included?
Wow.
And alcohol. That's true. The alcohol was really cheap. That was the nice thing. And you could walk down in the street with it. It was like, hey, I'm outside. I'm drinking alcohol. And no one cared because there was some weirdo setting himself on fire dressed as some weird Nazi person.
I know that.
My act. Look at me. Heil Blamo. And they're like, they have a little box in front of them and getting, money in it. That's very strange.
Good time.
Anyway, come to Vegas. Come to Vegas.
Was that Ryan Cannell doing that?
It actually was Ryan. I didn't want to say that loud, but it was no. I actually got to talk to Ryan for a good long time. Ryan is a good dude. Fellow Navy chief. I like Ryan. He's a
Ninja. You don't want to know. Yeah, there's
what? No. So Ninja. I'm not saying it was good or necessarily human. I'm joking. I joke. I literally swore.
I can make it. Roman, I can make a few calls and arrange.
No, please don't.
Didn't the cannolis pay like $68 for a pizza?
Yeah,
or something crazy.
Well, they did. Don't get food. There's certain areas you don't get food.
No,
because Nomi, you know this. It's like way expensive. But I went to the Bacchanal buffet at Caesar's Palace.
The strip, right? Don't eat on the strip.
But that was fucking the best food I've had, maybe ever. That was fucking.
I have so much to teach you. It
was fucking amazing.
Yeah,
it was fantastic.
Don't take about a name, Roman. Roman, you paid to go to a name.
I knew where it was. To me, that's really important, Joker. I get lost really easy. Ask anybody.
I know.
Out there.
No, I remember asking Tyler, like, "Hey, how much is it for the Caesar's Palace?" He's like, "Yeah, way out of your budget." Like, all right, cool, appreciate it.
It wasn't that bad. I knew where that money went, and I was happy to spend it.
There is a gentleman's club. It is called Treasures. That is also a 4-star steakhouse. It is amazing.
Does the food come with the cover charge or whatever? Or
yes. I mean the food.
I have to wear a jacket because if I can't wear like shorts and a t-shirt,
so
I'm basically an animal.
And there is no cover charge. There is a menu there because when I lived back in SoCal, I would be in town for like a week at a time, at least twice a month, and I had done all my sales goals that day, and it was around noon. So I went there. I had one of the best steak sandwiches I ever had, and a lap dance. It was the greatest lunch ever.
I don't want a lap dance. There is no lap dance involved in my life at this point. No,
I'm buying you one, Roman.
You know why? Because I don't want a fucking divorce, Joker. Because a divorce is far more expensive than a lap dance.
No,
I'm old and very comfortable in not getting a lap dance in my life. So
you talked about hookers.
On to this topic.
Oh God!
Why?
Female-led remake of The Office.
Why?
It's in Australia. I think no one gives a fuck that this is going to happen. So I go back to why the fuck is this going to happen? What do they think is going to happen with this? Do you remember? So Nomi, you're a girl, not like Joker, who I make jokes about.
Good observation.
Why do they keep doing this?
Because America does not, or technically Australia, because this is coming from an Australian filmmaker. There's no creative thinking anymore, no creative writing. No one has original ideas. So they have to get ideas from someone else. And even though like the American version of The Office is based on the UK version. Right. So everything's just copy and paste. That's the season and generation that we're in.
But why all?
Because it's a popular show.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
right?
Yeah, but
and they think they have a built-in audience, so people will watch it.
Tell me one fucking time this scenario has worked. And give me local examples like, Ocean's 8 or Ghostbusters 2016.
I'm not saying they're smart. I'm just telling you why they're doing it. Why there's a slight 2% possibility that it could actually be funny and good, but it won't be because they're going to interject.
How?
I don't know. I've never heard of
the weird sexual stuff, like Dwight and his weird little midget lady friend. If you take out the sexuality stuff, or you introduce like new weird sexuality stuff, how does that make it better? I don't understand.
I'm not saying it's going to be better, but people are going to maybe watch it. Crazed feminists.
I will not watch it.
People like that.
I won't watch it. I will not watch the show. I can.
It has a 98% chance it's going to flop.
Show.
Zero. Is the female lead going to be Melissa McCarthy?
No, it's some Australian comedian.
God damn it!
Oh wait, that one autistic comedian that's not funny at all.
I don't know. I read the article, but I totally forgot her name already because I didn't really care. But,
and
she really wasn't. She wasn't a stunner. So
yeah.
And with
nothing
that,
against her,
folks,
but just it wasn't memorable. How about that?
Good enough.
Fair enough.
Why you should not do these type of shows? Which there's a myriad of reasons. I mean, like a lot. Not even like 4, like a lot. So wait, what? Wait, what is Matt saying? I just saw something caught my eye here. I have to apologize. You know what I'm gonna say, and Matt's gonna hate me for this. I actually like the new Battlestar Galactica. I did.
I did too.
Matt's showing his headphones right now against the wall.
What the?
Fuck all of you! I'm fucking not gonna come in a Roman fucking show ever again. Fuck Roman. I like new Battlestar Galactica. I thought the last episode
I liked it too.
The last episode, but I thought the entire show was really good. I know. But comparatively, and this is gonna actually get me less points, I don't really even like the first Battlestar Galactica other than
OG series. The OG series,
1978.
Oh,
when I saw it as a little kid, I thought it was good.
I know how you feel, Matt. He didn't like the Fifth Element either.
I thought it was okay.
What?
But compared to the new one,
kid.
it's fucking garbage. It's a silly throwaway show.
Oh, it was gorgeous. It was amazing.
Buck Rogers is better than Battlestar Galactica.
I love Buck Rogers.
You bite your tongue.
Oh, you're talking. Wait. You're talking OG Buck Rogers is better than OG Battlestar?
Well, OG Buck Rogers is like 1920 whatever, but
No. I'm talking about like the 70s one.
Gilderoy. Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
I love that one. I say that is better than Battlestar Galactica.
They were both great. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying.
Both great.
I like one better than the other, and I like.
Well, you're wrong.
Galactica way better than old Battlestar Galactica.
Wow.
I know. I am quirky. I am unpredictable.
Wow. Oh, and they call me insane.
Subtle. You like $5 hookers?
No. I can't even respond to that. Anyway, so that's it for this week. We're gonna wrap up right now. We'll go around the horn.
Fun.
I enjoy these shows. Are fun. Pop culture shows are fun because we can fire off in like 100 different directions on a lot of different things.
And we usually do.
Which is different than what's going to happen next week. So next week we get kind of back into form. So Shield Wall, aside from avoiding me next week, what do you have coming up?
On Monday, CannoliSasquatch has invited me on his channel to talk about the Joker movie. Which, full disclosure,
yes!
I have not seen it yet, so I'm going to watch it for the first time. I've been saving it for when there's nothing else to watch. All of the movies are garbage, and I know it's good, but I've been saving it.
Oh my God!
It's like an emergency fund or something. Anyway, so I'm going to watch that probably on Sunday, and then I'll be there for that. And then on Tuesday, I'm going to be on Jacob Ironside's show, and we're going to talk about a couple of episodes of Twilight Zone. And I can't remember off the top of my head what they are. I don't have the thing in front of me, but they're going to be good ones because it's the Twilight Zone from the
Twilight Zone. It's early Twilight Zone. It's always fucking good.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to both of those, and then I will be out of town over that weekend and stuff. So
yeah, thanks, buddy. I appreciate that.
Back. But yeah, thanks for having me on. Yeah, and thanks to the chat. The chat was on fire again. I was having a hard time trying to keep up, and then I was like, "Ooh, should I highlight that?" Probably not.
No, it's hard. Yeah, I was looking at it like, "Oh no."
So
you guys are funny, but no.
Yeah, but it's been good. So
we got to get Ginger Ninja. You got to get out here for Vegas next year. Stop hiding. You and Gray have to get to the States for.
I would love to. Vegas. I would love to meet Gray.
Yeah,
both you guys just have to get over there.
I have a feeling that Gray in person is completely out of control.
Like 5.
I would love to get him drunk.
Get him in a karaoke bar and
you just have to give him. You have to give him one shot and half a pint, and he's gone.
Yep. Yeah, and it'll be like he's 20 years old again.
So Blair, what do you got coming up this week, buddy?
Nothing.
Because Blair is also avoiding me this week. Blair.
Yeah, there's gonna be like 700 people on that channel, and I'm not gonna be in that one. So.
But we will get our hooks into our favorite internet wizard again soon because our destinies are linked, Blair.
Oh.
Nomi the Only. What do you got going on this week?
Tomorrow I will be on Friday Night Royal Rumble with this clown next to me.
Awesome.
And then after Friday Night Royal Rumble, I will be screaming into the abyss. Oh no, Abyssal Musings with Samuel the Infamous.
Right.
Yeah, I'll be that. And then also on Saturday, I'll be screaming into the abyss with Samuel the Infamous as well. Monday, I'll be dropping a video.
Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome.
Cool. Nice.
Right on, Nomi. Cool. Thank you for being with us tonight and tolerating us. I know it's a lot.
Is it a possum video?
It's not a possum video.
Oh, okay.
It's me surviving a cruise video.
Wow. That's kind of like a possum video.
There was no possums, unfortunately. But yeah, it was fun.
So, Joker, what do you have coming up?
Okay, well, tomorrow I will be dropping. I started watching that new show on Netflix, Food Bar with Arnold, and I'll be dropping a little review of the first 2 episodes tomorrow the morning, and then also Friday night with this lovely lady. Right here for Friday Night's Royal Rumble. Sunday I will be on something Sunday with Wookie Be Bad and Magitech Mags. Magitech Mags as well. And
you got Mags too? Wow, it's a big show.
And the Monday I'll be on with this guy for the Cannoli deep dive into the movie Joker. Only that'll be a little bit different. You won't see this face. You'll see me in my full glory.
I'll be learning at the feet of the master.
Oh, that is exciting. Excellent.
And if you're not there in the chat, you're gonna get the Jason Todd treatment.
No one likes that, in case anybody is interested.
Especially Jason Todd.
You think it's gonna solve the itch, it doesn't.
After this, head over to Mags' channel. She's streaming right now.
Yeah, Mags is on right now.
Yeah.
So Jacob Ironside, the master of the meme. What do you got coming up, buddy?
Tuesday, I got the Twilight Zone, season 1, episode 7, The Lonely, and episode 8, Time Enough at Last. So that's all I got coming up.
I like it.
Awesome. And Jacob does his Tuesday shows, whether he's doing television stuff or he's doing movies, the deep dive stuff he does is just so good because you get into these series and really get a lot more just in the zone stuff. And it's very informative and entertaining all at the same time. So check out him on Tuesdays, please. So that's it. So next Thursday, we are getting back into the groove. We're doing something we haven't done in a little bit, and I'm pretty excited to do it. We are going to do a deep dive into the movie The Crow. And so we're going to go.
That is one of my favorite films of all time.
Under the water and hang out there for a bit with that. So we are going to be looking at The Crow.
I just put that down in my list of movies.
You've never seen The Crow?
No.
Yeah, I know. We're hurting Joker voice tonight. I haven't seen Joker, and she hasn't seen The Crow.
So this is a movie starring Brandon Lee, Bruce Lee's son, which is irrelevant, quite frankly, who died during the filming of the movie. Which I will say is irrelevant in context of the movie. The movie itself is
amazing. It's brilliant.
It was, for me, a game-changing film is the way I looked at the way movies should be done.
With music to it, a soundtrack.
Changed my eyes on the screen. So that's what we're doing next Thursday. We're going to go deep dive into The Crow. And then a couple weeks later, which I haven't established anything yet for, we're going to do same director, Dark City.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Oh yeah, that's a really good movie.
Jennifer Connelly, God,
yes.
Why
Yes.
do you hate
I
me
have
so
nothing
much?
to put up
Naomi,
with
put
that.
another
I
one
just
on
know
the list.
I'm looking at. So this director was like a music video commercial director, and then he did The Crow, and then his second film after The Crow was fucking Dark City. So Alex Proyas, if I'm saying that right.
Yep, see, you are correct.
You may or may not have even heard of him, but he directed these two fucking incredible, ground-shaking films. So Joker, I'll hit you up if you want to be on The Crow. So I guess that'd be a yes for Joker on The Crow.
And it had Jennifer Connelly in it. Don't forget that.
I know.
Not The Crow, mind you, but
Jennifer Connelly was in Dark City.
Dark City has Rufus Sewell in it, who is one of my favorite underrated actors.
Yeah, he's really good.
It has Kiefer Sutherland in it, and a bunch of weird, bald, dead guys.
And Jennifer Connelly.
Dark City is fucking almost as much a touching, perfect of a film as you can get.
Jennifer Connelly.
It is so weird and wonderful.
Siskel and Ebert gave it they gave it high remarks. Like they really liked it.
So that's next week on Roman of the Empire. We're doing The Crow, and then a couple weeks down the line, we're going to be doing Dark City.
So in 2 weeks, I'll be doing Dark City with Roman. That's what guy I got coming up.
We'll be back. We'll be back. And in between there's going to be probably something like this, just because those videos are really hard for me to put together right now. I'm going to be, about 2 weeks into doing The Crow by the time we get there. But anyway, I want to thank the chat for being here tonight. You guys are awesome. This was like a crazy chat tonight. Everybody's like,
chat's on fire.
Awesome.
It was very good. And the panel for being here tonight, you guys were great. Nomi, I worry that you hate us.
I don't.
And Nomi's so quiet, but she's like this in real life too. Nomi is a quiet person. So we do Nomi so that her claws are out and attacking. That's why we want to get out of Nomi.
You'll get it out of me. It's
Nomi, if you watch The Crow before next week, you should get on the panel because that would be weird.
I will watch it.
We've never had a new person watch The Crow.
How about this? I'll watch it Sunday.
Check it out. And if you want to be on, let me know. And you can say, oh my God, that was
beautiful.
For me, The Crow was a game changer. And I watched it back in 1994. That's the I saw it in the theater when it
I saw it in England. Yep.
Man,
I was 5 years old.
Wow.
I was also an age. Not 5.
I was still in single digits.
What?
I was not. I'm 167 years old. I've accepted this.
And you look good for 167.
It is what it is. You have diet, you have the proper things. Anyway, so thank you everyone for hanging out with us tonight, being part of the weird, and doing the thing that we do every week, where we look for gold. Sometimes we find it, sometimes we don't. Sometimes we find exactly what we expect we're going to find.
The Fifth Element I haven't seen either, so I'm writing it down in my list.
Put a hard red line through that, Nomi. A hard red line.
No,
a big thick marker.
Don't listen to it.
It's a must watch.
Must watch.
You got to watch it, otherwise you won't know what a Dallas multipass is.
Yes.
I know the reference, but I don't. I know it's in the movie. That's all I know.
Also, there's a rainbow baby elephant creature.
Yes.
Oh,
and a meat popsicle.
Yes.
Okay. I can't wait to watch it.
And on that note, folks, we are going to bail out tonight. So thank you for tuning in. And if you're watching this on the rewatch, thanks for hanging out with us again. And as always, God.
Well, this one time my grandmother, she gave me like $10. She's like, here, go see a Star Wars. That's what she told me.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
Wow.
Really? Normally I would say be kind, but tonight we're going to say sign off and get fun.
Kudos.
you